the channel, here we have Q64 coilover install. So we're gonna be doing, what are these, TEIN coilovers. So we're gonna be doing that, and we're looking about what, 1.5 on the rear and 2.5 at the front, just to lower this car. So alright guys, so this is the coilovers, the TEIN street bases, like it's just the basic that you might find. It's like you have to build them. Let me show you real quick. Like for example, the front coilovers, you're gonna have to use the top hat over your OEM, and this is when this tool comes out handy, because you need to compress the spring in order to remove the top hat, and can get sometimes, it can be complicated. It's gonna be a busy day, that's for sure, since we're gonna be swapping the rear and the front. So we have all those that we need to put together. And I've been like getting questions on Instagram like, can you work on my car, you know, all of that stuff. And I decided to bring people in at my schedule, you know, like, because I have my normal job. Like, you guys bring me the parts and I'll just install on your car and make them look amazing. So this car, we're gonna give him that touch of the coilovers, the fitment. We're gonna 1.5 on the back, and we're gonna go 2.5 at the front. So you guys are gonna see the process on this car. We're gonna start from scratch. We're gonna have to put this coilovers together, the front ones as well. We need to remove the stock suspension, and I'll just show you guys the process. And I just want to say thank you guys for the continued support. For those that are new to the channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button for me, give it a thumbs up, and remember, we have 25,000 subscribers, custom retrofitted headlights for one of you lucky subscribers. So let's get this day started. Let's remove the OEM suspension, and I'll show you guys the process, and I'll show you the before and after so you guys can see what we did. Let's go. Alright, whenever you guys are working on your car, make sure to have jack stands. Keep it safe, don't risk it. So we're gonna put the car on 2 jack stands. We're gonna knock out the 2 front ones, and we go from there. I'll show you right now when I take off the wheel what we need to do. Alright guys, so check this out. This is what I like to do. Lift up the car, 2 jack stands, we're ready to go. We can quickly work on the one side and jump into the other one, but I always like to leave the jack stand and the jack just for safety purposes. Alright, than that, let's get going. Alright, let me show you guys real quick. So this is what you guys have to do. First, what I did is remove this bolt that go right here. There's a big one right here and this one right here. So once you remove those, then you can remove your brake lines, just like this one, and then remove the top one, so that way this drops. Now you're able to bring down the coilover or the stock suspension. So remember, loose these 3 bolts that are on the bottom, brake lines, and then the top one, and then you're ready to remove your 12mm bolts at the top. Alright boys, so we took one out, it's ready to go. Now what we need is the top hat. That's the most important part about this one. So we're going to compress the springs with these bad boys and remove the top hat, switch it over to that one, and we move to the next one. Same process. Alright, so we took that one out. We need the top hat. How you're gonna assemble this, that's how it goes. There's an extra bolt at the bottom so it can hold this dust shield, and then basically you put your bolt, and that should be good to go. And after that, I'll probably leave it maxed out and see what kind of ride height we have with that, and if not, we can go back and fix it. Alright boys, and that's it. We got the first coilover in. We had to use the OEM top hat. There we have it. Everything is there. Bolts, we got the main ones right here. Brake lines, same thing, they're in there. All right, first coilover in. Let's go to the other one, release that spring, and do the same process to the other one. Let's get this. All right boys, and the same thing is gonna happen over here. We're gonna release brake lines, everything. 3 bolts right here at the bottom, 1, 2, and 3. Once we release everything, also this one has to come out, and then we can move into the 12mm at the top. So pretty much straightforward. Once you get done the first one, then basically it's the same process on this one, and then we're gonna use the spring compressor to release the spring, put it back, and we should be good to go. Alright guys, we are pretty much done with the passenger side. Like always, check your bolts, everything is there. Bottom one's there, top one is there. 12mm bolts out the top. Make sure they're nice and tight. Time to put the wheel and see how loud this car is. Alright, so we're gonna lower the car. Car should be lower from the front. So I'm gonna put the camera here and just lower the car and see how much drop we have. Damn, so far we just have the front ones, and check that out. I like the fitment, to be honest. It's super on point. Alright guys, check how low this thing is. But we're gonna go jump in the back and let me show you guys. This is how the back looks right now. We are going to put our jack stands, and just in case, keep that on the middle just for safety purposes, but we might need that jack later on. There are some coilovers that are true coilovers. That means you don't need any of the bucket, but these ones we do need the bucket. These are not true style coilovers, so keep that in mind, and let's get to it. All right, now that the tires are off, let me show you guys what we have going on over here. So first of all, what you guys need to do is just put your jack under here, loose this bolt, remove the bucket, the spring, bring it down, and then remove this one, work your way, and then there's two 10mm bolts at the top. You're gonna be taking those off. There they are, and pretty much straightforward. That's all you have to do. Put the other coilovers, install everything back, and the same thing is gonna happen for the passenger side. I'll show you guys. Alright, so this is what I like to do. I'm using my jack in order to put pressure on the bucket, lift it up, remove the bolt, slowly bring down the jack, remove the spring, and install the new one. Alright, so there we have our spring, but it's loose. Now time to remove this from the top and get it out of the way. Alright, let me explain this. You guys might get confused. These coilovers basically need most of your OEM parts. Meaning, for example, this one, you need the top hat in order to switch it to the TEIN coilover. So, I mean, if you guys want to save some time, just order the true style coilovers, which they're gonna be more expensive, around 1,200 bucks. But if you want to go the cheaper route and exchange your OEM parts, then you might as well just get these ones. That will save you money, but then it's more time for you to install these parts. For example, I have to switch the top hat to this one and then pretty much put everything back. That's more time, but it is what it is. We're doing the install for this customer. Cool. Alright guys, so this is what happened. We're gonna have to remove the wheels again and adjust the suspension. It's not going quite low enough, so what I'm going to do is just remove one of the rings, and hopefully that can give us an extra inch. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. All right, so let me explain. We made some adjustments to the suspension. Basically, I changed this, so we removed the extra ring. So hopefully that can give us another inch. So there it is. We made some adjustments. I removed one of the rings. Hopefully that more drop to the car on the rear, because we didn't have any. So all right boys, just right now making adjustments on the front suspension. It was super low, like the plastic was on the ground, and basically that's not drivable. This is how it's gonna look right now. Lift it up just enough. Hopefully that clears and it's drivable. So all right guys, so we gave this car the 1.6 G37 taste. Fitment is right on point. Check it out, it's nice and low. That's what the customer wants. He wanted a 1.5 and 2.5 on the rear, so that's what we got. All right, so let's test drive this baby and park the car inside, bring the customer, open the garage so he can see his car. All right, everything checks out. Took it for a drive. Car feels nice, good, no funny noises, and car should be ready to go. All right, so let's go pick up the customer so he can see what we have. And there it is, a coilover install. Looks nice. All right, so let me put my car in the garage and then heading over to the gym. All right boys, so we're gonna call it a day. Basically done with the install. It was a little bit tricky since we had to swap all the top hats from the rear, from the front. All right, so I'm just gonna call it a day. Head over to the gym. Don't forget, click that subscribe button for me. I'll go ahead and end the video right here. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon.
You could say I had a plan way before I had a fan. Some would probably call it luck, I just call it being blessed. You ain't never did the work, but you wanna be the best.